Hello and welcome. Alpha King here. Well, it's been a week. Monday, July the 8th, just about after 5 p.m., more rain fell in our little city here than would regularly fall in a month. By 10 p.m., Pearson Airport reported that 123 milliliters of rain had fallen. And that officially beats the rainfall of the rainiest day ever in the Toronto area of 121 milliliters. That's when Hurricane Hazel came through back in October of 1954. So that was before I was born. So definitely this is the most rain I've ever seen, I've ever been part of. So I just wanted to share this with you because I've had a lot of people and family asking us what happened and what's going on. It was about 6 p.m. when I left the house, and as I said, the rain had started at about 5. I was heading to a Toastmasters event, and the heavy rain had stopped at this point in time, and so I jumped into my car, drove down the road, went down to the end of the street, and there were some cars at the end of the street. So I turned the corner and went down the end of the street, and two cars at the corner of Rathburn and Bow Beaches were jostling for position. I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe they had an accident. One eventually turned left and the other one turned right. I followed the one turning right, and as I followed that one turning right and I'm driving down the road, this is Rathburn Road now, heading towards Ponytrail, I couldn't believe what I saw. I actually saw the roof of a blue car submerged, totally submerged on the road, and I couldn't understand. I thought maybe he was in a hole. Later I, of course, discovered that it was actually that the road was completely flooded. Now, we don't live near to any lakes or streams or anything like that, so this was just purely from the amount of rain that came down. So I parked my car in the townhouses units just at the entrance there and walked down the road to see if I can get a little closer. Well, not only was the road covered with water, but so was the sidewalk, so I couldn't get any further. So I filmed some videotape footage of what I was seeing, and right then a car zoomed past me and splashed into the water and then began to float. So there's now a blue car and a silver car now stuck. So here's a little picture of what I actually saw. Couldn't believe what I saw. No, don't get stuck in it. Don't get stuck in it. So I returned to my car and I noticed that the manhole cover next to my car was out, just up on its side. So I kind of took my foot to try and push it in. Well, and I couldn't move it. But as I stood there, I noticed the amount of water rushing below the seat. It was like a river of water rushing below the seat. And I couldn't understand what was going on. I still couldn't understand who could have moved this manhole cover and why it was out. Just then an SUV drove past, and the manhole cover clanked, very loud sound, and I thought, this isn't that safe. So I pushed and pushed until I successfully got the manhole cover into the hole. I went back home to kind of report what I'd seen. I called my buddy who was going to Toastmasters, told him I wasn't going to be able to make it, couldn't get out of my neighborhood. And so when I got home, I opened the door and the alarm was on, and we were unable to turn it off because the power had actually gone. So the alarm force people reset the alarm, and I decided, well, you know what, I got no TV, no internet, let me go back out and see if I can help and see what else is going on. So I got out there and I saw some people now digging around, wading in the water, in the deeper areas of the water, and I couldn't understand. I figured maybe they lost something. I didn't know what they were doing. Some of the water had subsided on the sidewalk now, so I was able to walk down further on the sidewalk. I took some more video footage. I didn't. Cars couldn't drive on the road still, so they were. Some of them actually drove on the sidewalk.
All right. So there is a lady sitting in the water. What the hell is she doing? Can you not make it? Yeah, come straight. Come straight through, straight through, straight, straight, straight through. There's a car. No problem, bud. There's a car driving on the sidewalk, trying to get through because you can't drive on the road because the road is completely stuck. Okay. Cool. Jesus.
But there was a young lady, really like dipping down into the water as though she'd lost something, and I couldn't understand what she was doing. And then she started pulling up stuff and going to the side of the road and throwing out. And that's when I realized she was actually trying to clear the drain on the road. If I didn't see it with my own two eyes, I wouldn't believe it. She actually got to a point where she said, "Yay, we got it," and she cheered, and all of a sudden, within seconds, the road, all the water that was on the road, now gone down that drain. And so, if anybody knows who this young lady is, you must thank her. She was a good Samaritan that day that just came out and helped, and I thought that was fantastic. So I went back home again with my video and all the reports and pictures that I took, and now people are able to drive down the road. So went back home and we turned on a radio because no power, so we got a little battery operated radio and listened to what was going on. And a gentleman was reporting that in his basement, now he was about 3 to 4 blocks away from where we lived, he said he had over 4 feet of water in his basement. Now, we're on higher ground, so I said, well, there's no way we had anything because, there's just no way. So I took my phone and I went downstairs and lit it up, lit up the light on my phone, and unfortunately, our basement was wet as well. We've now been cleaning up over the last 4 days. Took one day off, took Tuesday off, cleaning up, and got most of the cleanup done. But over the days, my father was helping, and we put up some shelving to put the boxes off the ground, and now we've got a lot more space there in the basement than we had before. We lost a few items that. Some old carpets and some other things. So definitely, there was some damage done. Luckily, the appliances didn't get damaged. I would say that we had about 4 to 6 inches of water at the highest point in the basement, and at that point when I went down, there was only about 2 inches, so it was subsiding. And so that was what happened. you know, we found some items that throughout the week that we had thought we'd lost. So again, you know, we thank God that nothing happened to us. I know our neighbors had some neighbors had more damage, some neighbors had less. Neighbors behind us, they had a lot more water come into theirs because they're actually on lower ground than we are. We're higher than they are, and the water flowed down into their window wells and through their window wells into their basement. Some who had finished basements lost more than we did, but eventually, you know, all in all, we have our lives, we have, you know, that to thank for, and you know, sometimes life gives you lemons and you make some lemonade. Anyhow, my name is Alpha King, Internet Image Team. We're, you know, just sharing Monsoon Monday reporting. Take care and have yourself a great day.